Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Oh, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited to be joined once again with Dr. Sandra Schur, who really looks into your aura, and she can let you know what she sees, and it helps us see some subconscious things. And today we're talking about weight loss, how we can clear our aura and really enhance our weight loss or rewire ourselves for weight loss. Hi, Dr. Sandra, how are you?
Oh, great, Lauren. How are you? It's great to be here.
Yes, it's great to be here. You know, this is this topic of weight loss is a popular one. I think it's actually one of the top 10, I would say top 5, but I think there's a few other things that are a little bit more important. But why weight loss? Why are you focusing on this issue? Because you've obviously seen it's a need with all your clients.
Well, I think one of the biggest causes of health issues in the world is overweight. And the thing that intrigues me about using energy healing for weight loss is because the main reason most people are overweight is because they use food to comfort themselves. Food is a primal source of comfort. It goes back to infancy. When we're being fed as a baby, food is love, food is security, food is nurturance, food is being safe, being protected. So when we feel stressed or overwhelmed or unloved, we can turn to food for comfort, not even realizing, consciously that what we really need is something entirely different. So what I love about this work is that it's really about mastering the throat chakra, mastering the will center. Because when we do that, when we choose food, instead of doing whatever it is our soul is really needing and wanting, we sabotage ourselves and we sabotage our health. So it's really about clearing those stresses, those blocks, those deep inner programs that can cause us to feel this emotional stress, this overwhelm, whatever these feelings are that we want to escape by using food as a mood altering drug. So that's what I love about this. One of the main things I love about this program is that it's not just about weight loss. I mean, that's part of it. The weight loss is kind of the side effect. The main thing is supporting people in using their will, directing their life force energy towards what their soul really needs and wants. It's not usually the food. If they're overeating, it's not the food, it's something else.
Yeah, it's something else. It's very interesting. We could call it emotional eating.
Mm-hmm.
When my cat came home, she was an emotional eater.
Oh my God.
About her. And even myself, I find, I think it's being able to catch ourselves in this pattern. But I noticed a pattern within myself. If I would feel less than, or, it's these triggers are stress, but feelings of inadequacy, or comparing ourselves to others, or at one point, competition was huge, a huge program that I had to clear. And that's when I really noticed within myself, if I was feeling competition because I'm looking out at the world, I would just be standing in front of the refrigerator. And that's this is a pattern to identify. So what you're doing is you're looking at the aura. What's going on in someone's aura that allows you to see the pattern? How does that appear for you?
Well, when I look at someone's aura, first of all, I have them think about whatever the thing is that's stressing them, because whatever we're thinking about, it will affect the colors in our aura, in our emotional body. So I have them think about that. And as they're thinking about it, colors will show in their auric field. I can see them with my third eye. And depending on where they are and what they are, they'll tell us what the program is, the limiting belief, however their energy is trying to move and what it might be blocking it. Because there's whenever we're being run by a program or a limiting belief, our aura, our life force energy actually gets inhibited, gets blocked, because that limiting belief is saying you can't do it, or whatever it is, you don't deserve it, you're not enough, whatever it is. And so by looking at the aura, wherever I see those dark patches, depending on what the color is, it will give me specific information about what the program is that's running, that's blocking that person, whatever is the underlying program that's making them experience this issue. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So when you're looking at your clients, it's really their mental constructs that's appearing to you, the belief systems in the aura that's appearing to you. How do you clear? We're going to go through a little process with you in a moment, but what's that like to clear? What's the next step of clearing the aura for removing that belief system?
Yes. So once we identify whatever the program is of the limiting belief, then I use tapping, EFT, to clear that from the energy system. Tapping gets really deep into the energy system and the subconscious mind, and it releases limiting beliefs that are being held in our energy system. So that's the second piece. That's the clearing piece. That's how we do it.
Great, thank you. All right, so we have a comment coming in from someone as well that recently feeling a few extra pounds and feeling sluggish and unmotivated. So this is Kim, and so maybe Kim would want to chat as well or raise her hand. But you know, what's going on with the world, and you know, the pandemic makes people put some body extra pounds on, right?
Definitely. That's what was one of the main motivators for me. Actually, in my own weight loss journey, I gained 20 pounds during the pandemic. And through this work, I lost 24 pounds. I already had been a little overweight. So, yeah, because the pandemic, everyone was going through huge stress, anxiety, depression. And that's when we turn to food. We're trying to comfort ourselves with the food.
And we're locked in, well, not locked, I don't want to use that word, but we're retreating to our home space and, you know, not moving the body as much. So it could be that, it could be not moving the body as much, or gyms were closed. And so people were taken out of their routine. It's kind of like the seasons. When you go through the seasons, your fitness regime changes. But this is actually, like you said, the stress eating, stress.
Yeah.
Stress. And that's how we can control. It's like, why is it that with food, for example, you feel like you're in control? There's a control, you feel you have control with the food. Maybe you don't.
Well, you can choose what you're eating. Is that what you mean with the control?
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully, you know, if someone's unconscious, we don't choose what we're eating if we're stress eating or emotionally eating. And that's part of your new rewiring people, is to get them to change what they eat. So
Yes.
It's different, right? It's not always, I mean, going to things that are not good for us.
Right. Like we can turn to chocolate or ice cream. One of those, in fact, they're called comfort foods, right? All those really high fat, high carb foods. They're comfort foods.
Comfort food.
And a lot of them really are not the healthiest things to eat. And it's not like we shouldn't eat them at all, because I really believe that we should let ourselves have a treat now and then and not be totally austere. But it's really just about balance. You know, it really is just about balance and giving your body what it needs in a healthy way, so you don't feel deprived, but at the same time, you're releasing whatever excess weight you need to release. It's really finding that balance.
And all right, so you said that you gained a couple of extra pounds. Did you say 20? You gained 20?
I think I gained 20. Yeah. You know, I mean, so this has been a huge journey for me because I started gaining weight in my mid-30s, and I'm 5'6", and I weighed about between 152 and 156 pounds for years, which is not really overweight, but not an ideal weight for me, you know? And then when the pandemic came, I gained like another 10 pounds. I was up to like 166. It was very bad. I'm 5'6". And I realized, you know, this is really not good for my health, you know, and I was feeling tired when I was walking. I'd go for a hike with my husband. We'd have to take a rest because I was getting breathless going up the hill. I was like, I got to get this weight off. And then I started doing some clearing on myself because it had always been so hard for me to lose weight. I always felt so deprived. It would trigger my inner child. My inner child would feel deprived, and I couldn't do it. I literally could not do it. So I did this work that I do on myself with the clearing work. And I got this insight that one of the main reasons I couldn't lose the weight was because I had a conflict about shining my light, about really being seen. I was hiding under my fat. Yeah. And that was such an eye-opener for me. I finally saw that I was really sabotaging myself. I was hiding, and, you know, because my biggest stress has always been my business. That's always been my biggest stress, is reaching people with my healing work. So when I got a hold of that, I was like, oh my God, this is huge. And I knew right then I was going to be able to lose the weight because I really got how deeply I had been sabotaging myself on multiple levels. And the food was part of that sabotage. Was making me hide, you know, blend into the woodwork, be one of those overweight people. And that's one of the things that's really powerful for women, is because we can get mixed cultural programming about being beautiful and standing out. It's kind of a mixed blessing. Do you want to stand out and get hit on? You know, so there's a lot of energy around that. There can be a lot of energy around that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, you touched on a couple of things. It's like, you know, like someone very close to me, a relative, who actually used her weight to hide. Yeah, to put on weight to not be seen. So that's a real important thing. And light workers who don't want to be seen, this could be, you know, that's a big thing for light workers. That's a big program. And so it's interesting that the weight. So when you were clearing, tell us a little bit of the protocol that you did for yourself. How did you discover that? I mean, in your process that you use, it was revealed that here's that program. That's a deep subconscious program. Yes. And you did that yourself, and you were surprised at it.
Well, you know, I used the aura deck. Mm. I used my own aura deck to read my own field and clear. So the thing is, there's layers, and we have layers and layers of programming and limiting beliefs. And it's a process, because I had no idea that program was running. I was working on my business using the clearing work that I always do to help me make breakthroughs in my business. And when I was doing that, I got the aha about my weight. I wasn't intentionally looking for, I mean, part of me it was both my business and my weight. So it was kind of both. But when I was doing the clearing work, I was working both on my business, not even so much on my weight as my business. And when I got that huge aha that I was, you know, hiding under my weight, but I used the aura deck, which is an oracle deck that helps you bring to light what subconscious limiting beliefs might be controlling you, and helps you clear them out. You know, it's based on my work with the aura, and each card is a color and a chakra, and each card represents a certain quality of energy that we are wanting or needing in our energy field. So we use it to release what isn't serving us and to bring in that new energy. And we use it in association with the tapping. It's a whole process. It's very simple, but it's a very complete system in and of itself, using the aura deck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool how that comes, you know, the oracle deck that you've got, and how it revealed that to you. And it's different for everyone. So someone could get the same color or the same card, but it makes you look within yourself so deeply that that's where it's revealed. So
Yes.
what card, do you remember what card it was for you that
It,
was?
it wasn't a specific card. It was this whole series of cards that I was doing. And I was at the session that I was doing at that time was around my business, wanting to make a breakthrough in my business. And
Uh-huh.
I used, when I use the Aura deck, I use it usually almost, I try to use it every day and choose 10. I usually go through 10 cards actually, because I really need to keep clearing my field. I'm super sensitive to energy and I'm constantly clearing my field so I can stay aligned and with my purpose. That's what I do. It's my daily psychic hygiene routine. It's using the Aura deck, alignment and
Psychic hygiene tool.
empowerment.
That's really what it is. It's a really great clearing protocol to clear your energy every day. So do you find that you're clearing deep programs, or is it other people's energy?
It's never, I never really take on other people's energy anymore. I used to when I was younger, but it's usually just, it's almost always, I very rarely take on other people's stuff. Like I said, it's almost always my own blocks, my own inner blocks, a lot of them from childhood, a lot of them around, and being motivated to take action, to be seen, to be visible. That's a lot of, and I, like you said, as a light worker, I think it's huge. I think there's a lot of past life stuff, in fact, or any light worker, I really believe has probably multiple past lives where they were burned at the stake or they were persecuted for being a light bearer. So I really believe that is a lot of this, but the programs can show up and repeat themselves in our family patterns, right? Like I got a lot of messages growing up that if I stood out, I was like a show off, and I was being too big for my britches. Or if I felt good about myself, or if I was proud of something I did, I was stuck up. That was the programming that we got. It's like a really strict Catholic family. That's kind of goes with the programming. And so then anything to do with self-promotion, I had to work through so many issues around promoting myself and my business and being seen, because there was so much negative programming around that it was totally not okay. Plus, as women, I think as women, we get programmed to be invisible.
Program to be invisible.
We're supposed to be in the background as the support person, but we're not supposed to be the leader. We're not supposed to be in the forefront. We're not supposed to be, out there shining our light. We're supposed to be supporting other people's light. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much more to that topic. It's very multifaceted, because there's a really great book, Reviving Ophelia. When girls, and this goes back to the inner child, when girls are around 8 years old, and boys too, humans who are around 8 years old are so authentic. They're coming into their voice, they're speaking their voice, they don't care what other people think. And yet around this age of 9, 10, 11, pre-adolescence, the body starts to change. Girls can hear comments from boys, and then we start to shut down and we lose that connection to our light. So when you say you're rewiring ourselves, it's through the tapping, right? And so it's all part of the tool that you have to help people rewire, to clear out and rewire. So for a group level, we're going to take a few calls. If anyone has a question for Dr. Sandra, please go ahead and raise your hand if you're in our Zoom audience. But for the group, for our group energy and clearing I know it's different because we're a collective and it could be different, but is there a process you can take us on?
As a group?
Mm-hmm.
I don't I can't really read a group aura, so I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's sort of out beyond my scope.
okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna allow Kim. Do you need to see someone, or can you?
No, I can just hear their voice. I don't need to see them physically.
Okay, so for the sake of privacy, since we're on YouTube here, Kim, you can unmute yourself when you're ready and talk with Dr. Sandra. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Uh,
Hi, Ken.
Hi, and I'm sorry, there might be cats that meow with us in the background here. I'm finding this so fascinating because I'll briefly share that, I kind of weathered COVID really well, and this weight gain was kind of like May of last year. It was just my birthday, and I gained a little bit last year around my birthday, and then another few in these last few months. And I just made a comment in the chat because I've been working on my business, really growing my visibility of my presence since March, which is when this more recent weight gain has happened. And I kind of was thinking it was the world, that's when the invasion in Ukraine began. So I thought maybe I was kind of more like the weight of the world. But now that you're talking about this visibility piece, I feel like it's related to that as well.
Interesting. How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable putting yourself out there? What is coming up for you about?
I do feel comfortable, and I'm also an intuitive and a healer, and so I'm trying to like kind of bridge that, into the next, what's the next bigger thing from just my little regional pull here in my city, like in my community. So yeah, just trying to grow to a bigger audience and in different ways, like different offerings.
I see. And so why, do you have any sense about why obviously you've been eating more, right? Do you notice that you're eating more, or?
That's the thing. I feel like even less about the diet thing is like my motivation to exercise and do yoga has waned. So I've not been as physical as I normally am. I haven't been as active, I guess is the word I want to use, as I have been up until a few months ago. I was really still keeping up with exercising and going for walks and stuff. And that is where I've lost my motivation. And I think I've also lost my motivation, like I'm bored of cooking and I'm bored of my food. So I think maybe I'm not making the best eating choices because I'm like just having like snacks, like having a little salad or having some nuts, having some yogurt, not having meals.
So what do you think the biggest stress is in your life right now? What would you say?
That's the part that what was really resonating with what you were talking about is there's nothing actively any more stressful in my life than it has been in the last 2 years, right? Like I'm not any more worried about COVID or about finances or about anything else. I'm status quo. The thing that's different is I've been working harder on my business.
So the only difference is you've been working harder on your business, really?
The big difference is the war in Ukraine and like the unrest in the American political thing that's happening right now. Those are, externals that are affecting me. But yeah, my day-to-day life, mostly it's been this push to grow my business and literally using
but there's a push now. So there's something about why you're pushing now to grow your business.
Oh no, I had an idea for a new offering, and then I was working on that, creating that, and then promoting it. And that's I'm doing a little group offering right now, and it's in progress. That's active. I'm actively working on a new I'm actively offering a new offering. I don't know how else to word that.
Okay. And how's it going with that?
It's going well. We're halfway through. I'm really happy with it. I definitely feel like my mind is churning to what's next, like what's going to be next for me after this, and trying to grow my audience and grow my reach. are the, that's like the thing I am
Okay, so then
focused on.
okay. I have to ask you, why do you think you haven't been exercising as much?
That's the question I would love to get some insight on. I don't know what shifted within me that I don't. I even I went to acupuncture last week for Get Up and Go. I was like, can you work on my channels to give me my energy back? Give me my I don't know, instead of getting out of bed and getting on my yoga mat or doing a little workout, I kind of fritter the mornings away. I'm frittering my time away rather than being really useful with my time.
Okay, well that's juicy. We can look at that.
That's
because obviously your energy's blocked there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You're not motivated to move, and are you sleeping later? You say you have low energy in the morning.
I am still I sleep a lot and I'm sleeping well, but yeah, I'm just that's when I get lost. That's my most susceptible time to scrolling too much on the phone in the morning when I wake up, and I've been succumbing to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't we do this then? Why don't we have you think about being really aligned to doing those things that really take care of your body, doing the yoga, doing the exercise, where you're really motivated and energized to do it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So just think about that. And I'm going to look at your colors. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, great. So the first color I see is you've got yellow in your sixth chakra, and it's pretty bright, which is really great. That's really great. You have red in your throat, and it's a little bit dark. And you have black in your heart chakra. So let me tell you what these colors mean. So the first color I'm seeing is you have yellow in your sixth chakra. This is really great for an entrepreneur like yourself, because yellow is the third chakra energy. And when it's bright, if you are positive and confident and you stay in that positive, confident space and you just keep going, you will reach your goal. This is in the sixth chakra, so it's holding in mind your goal. It's being really intentional. So this is the part of you that's really aligned in your business, okay? That's keeping you going and things are going well. That's really great. So then the next color I'm seeing, and this is a little bit of a blockage. This is the main blockage that I'm seeing right here, is your throat. You've got red and it's a little bit dark. So red is the first chakra energy. And in the throat, so it's the life force. When it's bright, it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this action. This is super important. I'm all over it. I'm doing it. I'm motivated. I'm committed. But you have some dark red that's coming in here, Kim. So this is some kind of programming. Dark red is really deep subconscious programming that you picked up somewhere about using your will, that it's not okay to be super self-directed or super willful, or I'm using the word willful because as women, I believe we get culturally programmed to not be quote unquote willful, to not be super self-directed. So there could be some, is this making sense to you at all?
It is making so much sense. I kind of feel it's even possibly an ancestral piece for me too. But yeah, everything you're saying makes perfect sense.
Okay, yeah. So this is what we'll do, some clearing. This is going to be the focus of the clearing, is your throat center, the stroke red in your throat center. The next color I'm seeing, which is actually really good, is you've got black in your heart chakra. And black as a color, it's not bad, it's a good color. It has to do with letting go of something that no longer serves you so you can open to something better. So this is you going through an opening in your area of self-love and relationships where you're realizing, you know what, I deserve more, I want more. How can I bring more of that into my life? I need to love myself in a better way. I want to have better, more supportive relationships. How do I do that? And this is great color. in terms of you really opening to a higher level of self-care and self-love and even success in your business, because business is all about relationships. And Black is, I want more mutually supportive relationships. I want better self-love. I want more support, mutual support in my life. Make sense?
Totally calling all that in, yes.
Okay,
I'm
great.
loving this reading. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a card, and then we're going to do some clearing. I'm just going to pull a card from the Aura deck. Okay. All right. Oh, interesting. You got widen the fourth chakra, which is I release my need for perfection in myself and everyone around me. Okay. I release my need for perfection in myself and everyone. I don't know about everyone around me. I don't know if that fits you, but definitely perfection in yourself, I think, might be. Do you relate to that at all?
Yeah, it's that idea of like, it doesn't have to be perfect, just do it. Like when we
Yes.
get up in the details, and then it's like, no, now the time has passed. Like, just F and do it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's I think right on, huh? Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to customize this so it really fits what's going on with you. Okay, so let's see how we want to do this. I release my need for perfection, get in creative flow, and create my most successful, abundant life. How's that?
Yes. I started doing Qigong yesterday to get in the creative flow.
Yeah. Creative flow is everything. It's not just, writing or something or painting a picture. It's about doing your yoga. It's doing everything, really, creative flow. That's how I think of creative flow, right? Okay. So now we're going to tap, and I'm going to walk you through it. I don't know if you're familiar with tapping. But if you're
I
not.
am, yes.
Oh, you are? Okay, great. So we're going to start by tapping on the karate chop point. Okay, here we go. And just repeat after me. Even though I have this fear, that I can't release my need for perfection, get in creative flow, and create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, great. Actually, we're going to say get fully in creative flow. That's what you want. Okay. We're tapping on the eyebrow. Okay. This fear that I can't release my need for perfection. Get fully in creative flow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, get fully
okay. Or fully into creative flow. I don't know. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. Great. Okay. We're tapping on the side of the eye. This fear that I can't release my need for perfection. Get fully into creative flow. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. Great. Wonderful. Okay. We're tapping under the eye. And we're going to switch to positive. I can release my need for perfection. Get fully into creative flow. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. Great. All right. I'm tapping under the nose. I can release my need for perfection. Get fully into creative flow. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. Great. All right. We're tapping into the lip. I can release my need for perfection. Get fully into creative flow. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. Great. All right. We're tapping on the collarbone, and we're going to say it as a fact. I release my need for perfection. I get fully into creative flow. And create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life.
and create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life.
Excellent. All right, we're tapping under the arm. I release my need for perfection.
I release my need for perfection.
I get fully into creative flow
I get fully into creative flow
and create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life.
and create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life.
Great. All right, we're tapping on the top of the head. I release my need for perfection.
I release my need for perfection.
I get fully into creative flow
I get fully into creative flow.
and create the most abundant, successful, fulfilling life.
Create my most abundant, successful, fulfilling life. I'm gonna need to choke.
Your throat chakra is trying to open up. That's where I saw most of the energy as well.
I think it's worse.
Do you have water there?
I do. I have some water right here. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that came right out up there.
Yeah. So Kim, you might want to write down that statement and tap on that.
Yeah, I think I need to do a few more rounds of that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's definitely bringing some stuff up.
It's
Yeah.
totally bringing up.
Yeah. This female culture programming is deep.
That's
It's
exactly
really
what that's what I'm teaching a course on right now.
Oh,
That's what my series
really?
is about.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Totally. Yes. Yes, it is. We've all been so programmed. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
and it's really coming up to be healed with what's been happening lately. I mean, isn't it? It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. We're being
Now
smacked
is
with
the
it big
time.
time. Okay, cool. I'm writing down our statement. I will definitely do some more tapping on that.
Great.
Thank you, Kim. Good luck with that and happy clearing. That was amazing to hear the physical change as you were clearing. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So appreciative of both of you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Go for it, sister. Go.
Yes.
And I hope that others were tapping right along, even though that was specifically for Kim. It was really fun to tap and see where that might fit in our life too. Okay. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Wow. Let's do one more. I'm gonna go to Claude. Claude, you have a question in our chat box, but I'm gonna open your mic up or have you open your mic and you can unmute yourself. Hi. You were unmuted, but you're muted again.
Okay.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So what a great subject. So for me, I took on during the pandemic, and it has always been a struggle, I would say, the weight,
Okay.
Since I was 50 about. I took on, I did the yo-yo thing, taking and losing and taking and losing, And since the pandemic, I took on, I don't know how many, but maybe 15 pounds, something like this. And it's very difficult to lose now. Very difficult. I try to find out the reasons. I've been helped to find the reason, but it was like I had no motivation also. I was wondering why I had not so much motivation, or doing for 3 weeks and then not seeing much result. Then it was like, okay, let's eat some chocolate,
So are you motivated? Still not motivated? Can you tell us?
No, no. Otherwise, I would not, contact you. I am motivated, but I was losing, courage, or I don't know, maybe it's not the right word, but the right motivation, you know.
I'm sorry, you're losing the motivation? Is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to find a word, you know, to explain. It's between motivation, courage, and you know, strong determination, maybe.
Okay, so you're finding it hard to be self-disciplined enough.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around you. Now, do you feel like you're eating too much, or you're not exercising, or both, or tell me a little bit more about that.
Sometimes I eat too much, especially in the evening, I would say, you know. Not I don't have breakfast. I'm not hungry in the morning, and for lunch is always very simple and healthy. In the evening, I would say it's healthy also, but then it comes to sugar things, you know, chocolate, and mostly is chocolate.
What would you say the biggest stress is in your life right now?
It's maybe spiritually, I would say, staying in the flow, and succeed somehow, you know, on the objective I put myself on.
Okay, so you have some goals and you find like you're kind of struggling to achieve them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not struggling, but I'm a bit worried about, you know, I really want to maybe more too much with my mind, you know, to achieve a level, and also I feel much love inside, but also I can criticize myself, you know.
Okay. So what do you have any sense of what you might be missing, feeling like you're missing in your life? I know you said you want to be more successful.
Yeah. It was, you know, this thing, I'm not good enough, you know, not good enough to be like this, or not good enough to
be like what? Can you be a little more specific? Good enough to be like what?
To be a better seer, clairvoyant, you know, or
are you a clairvoyant? Is that what you do for your business?
No, I'm not clairvoyant. No. I'm working with animals, I would say, with the cetaceans also. And I want to be good, you know, I want to progress. I put myself, of course, some goals to achieve, to be good at what I am doing in my passion.
What are you doing? I'm trying to find out what you're doing, because I'm not really getting any idea of where we need to go with you right now. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? I know you said you want to be successful, and then you said something about being clairvoyant, but then you said you're not clairvoyant.
I'm working with the whales and the dolphins. I'm doing sessions, you know, and
is that what you're doing for your business? I'm not following you.
For my passion. I'm no more into business now, you know.
Okay, but so it sounds like maybe you just need to find your path. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You just need to find your path. Okay. I'm glad we got to that. Okay, so let's just have you think about finding your path so you're really clear on your path forward in life. Okay. All right. Are you thinking about that? Am I saying your name right? Is it Claude?
Excuse me. Yes,
It is
Claude.
Claude. Oh, okay. I just want to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure. Okay.
Sorry, for my my English.
Oh, no worries. You sound like a woman, and I thought Claude was a man's name. That's why I was just confused. So anyway, so let's just have you think about moving forward on your path, being clear on your path forward and moving forward on it in your life. So you feel fulfilled. So you're not turning to food. You know you're moving forward. You're fulfilled because you're in that flow that gives you a lot of gratification. You know that you're moving forward on your path. Okay.
Mhm.
Are you thinking about that, Claude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the first color I'm seeing is you have dark green in your sixth chakra. You have some mustard in your throat center. And you have some white, and it's in your lower body. It looks like it's in your second chakra. Okay, and there's a lot of it, actually. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I might know what that is. Okay, so the first color I'm seeing is you've got green in your sixth chakra, Claude. It's kind of dark. So the sixth chakra is seeing what you want and holding in mind what it is that you want. So it really is about your path, seeing your path forward clearly, being very intentional about what it is that you want and moving forward on it, moving towards it. You have dark green. Dark green is the blocked heart chakra energy. So it has to do with feeling undeserving or unworthy. And it's usually something you picked up from childhood, where you have a fear that you're not good enough, or you don't deserve the path you've chosen for yourself, or you're not good enough to achieve the path you've chosen for yourself. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that's the first thing I'm seeing. The next color I'm seeing is you have this mustard color, and it's in your throat chakra. So mustard is a comfort zone. It's a habit, or it's a way of being that's very comfortable, but it doesn't serve you. And you know, on a conscious level, that you need to change this way of using your energy. You need to get out of this comfort zone in order for you to progress. But part of you is just very comfortable in the comfort zone. So it could be, are you relating to is there any habit that you feel, a pattern you're stuck in right now that you're having a hard time breaking out of?
Yeah, I can relate to this, since I'm not going out since this pandemic. It's like I'm staying long enough to my home. I don't go out so much. I have a lot of contact through Zoom, but I need to go out. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Okay, great. And you would get exercise, and you would get connection, and it probably would lift your spirits too, as well, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So then the last color I'm seeing is you have white in your second chakra. So the second chakra is desire and values and priorities. White is for holding a very high standard for yourself. And it's too high of a standard. It's too high. It's an ideal maybe you picked up from your culture or the way you were raised, that you have to meet this very high standard in order to be acceptable. And in the second chakra, it has to do with having an acceptable desire. So it sounds to me like you might, I'm just guessing here, so I'm not sure if this is what it is, But from what you said, my sense is you might be putting a lot of pressure on yourself around what you should want that maybe actually is too much pressure on yourself. So with spiritual people, sometimes it has to do with wanting to maybe really be of service and be very self-sacrificing, but not taking so much care of yourself. Is that fit at all for you?
Yeah, I can relate to this. Yes.
Okay. So it's like your energy is saying you need to get a hold of what you really need, not what your super ego is telling and desire, not what your super ego is telling you you should desire for yourself, what you should make important. Your body maybe needs some attention. You know, a lot of times I see this with really spiritual people is we're drawn to these higher realms, but we can forget about the lower chakras. We can forget about our physical body. We can actually neglect our own body. You know,
yeah, I agree.
So that's what you're wanting to shift, is really let yourself know it's okay to, and it's good to want to take care of your body, to want to take care of your health, to want to take a walk, to want to get out, you know, and make that important. It's actually really important for you to make that point, you know. Okay, great. Okay, so let's pull a card and see what that has to say. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I commit to and create. You got blue in the fourth. Oh, this is about getting out and getting connected in your social life part of it. I commit to and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart. Okay. Have you been kind of isolated, Claude?
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
Okay. So that might be contributing to the food, is, you know, when we feel we don't feel that love energy, we can turn to
company. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we're going to tap on this and let's change it a little bit. Oh, okay. So what we're going to change this to is I commit to my health and well-being and create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart and lift my spirit. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so let's tap. Okay, here we go, we're tapping. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't commit to my health and well-being.
And well-being.
And create those mutually supportive relationships.
And create this supportive relationship.
That most fulfill my heart.
That most fill my heart.
And lift my spirit.
And it's my spirit.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely. What? It's not so easy for me to really.
Okay, great. So we're tapping on the eyebrow now. This fear that I can't commit to my health and well-being.
That I can, my health and well-being.
And create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart. Hello? Oh, did we lose her? Claude, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. And create those mutually supportive relationships that most fulfill my heart.
I cannot repeat, it's too long for me. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay. So I'll break it up. Okay, it's too long. Okay.
Too difficult for me. Sorry.
Okay. And create.
And create.
Those mutually supportive relationships.
Those supportive relationships.
That most fulfill my heart.
That most fulfill my heart.
And lift my spirit.
And lift my spirit.
Okay, great. We're tapping on the side of the eye. Here we go.
Mhm.
This fear that I can't commit
This fear that I can commit
to my health and well-being
to my health and well-being
and create those mutually supportive relationships
that create these multi relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Okay, great. I'm tapping into the eye. Here we go. I can commit to my health and well-being
Commit with my health and well-being
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create this relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Great. All right, we're tapping into the nose. I can commit to my health and well-being
Commit to my health and well-being.
and create those mutually supportive relationships
Supportive relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Okay, great. We're tapping into the lip. I can commit to and create
I can commit to my health
those mutually supportive relationships
those multi support and relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Okay, great. Now we're tapping on the collarbone. I commit to and create.
I commit to create.
Oh no, I commit to my health and well-being
I commit to my health and well-being
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create this most I don't remember relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Okay, great. And we're tapping under the arm. I commit to my health and well-being
I commit to my health and well-being
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create these relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lift my spirits.
Okay, great. And we're tapping on top of the head. I commit to my health and well-being
I commit to my health and well-being
and create those mutually supportive relationships
and create these most richest relationships
that most fulfill my heart
that most fulfill my heart
and lift my spirits.
and lifts my spirits.
Mhm. So I think the key for you, Claude, is to get out and connect it again. I think that might really do the trick for you with your eating. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the isolate, and I think that is really part of what we were talking about the pandemic. I think that's a huge side effect of the pandemic, why people gained weight. Everyone was so on lockdown, cut off from people, unconnected, and then we want to eat to get the love, we're disconnected from the love from our friends. Yeah.
Thank
Did that
you.
help? I hope that was helpful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes,
Sorry.
No apologies. Thank you for speaking English and repeating back English words. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Your English is much better than my French, Claude.
And
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you.
we are all sending you a big hug, Claude, and go to nature. Start there, sister. Start there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being vulnerable and exhibiting your auric field for us to see how Dr. Sandra works. It's helpful to everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Claude.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so we've been witnessing the founder of Aura Power and the aura oracle deck. Say that, oracle deck.
Aura deck. Oracle. Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Oracle. I feel like I'm learning Spanish. Aura. Okay, oracle deck. And we've witnessed how you've identified with both of the people that we've witnessed what is blocking their energy. And then you went, and because of the thoughts that they hold, you were able to see into their aura and to see where there's energy, different colors, and all of those colors have meaning. And then you pulled a card, and that card is actually what helps one see the subconscious programming, or what it reveals what is hidden. And then it helps clear and rewire. So this is an empowering, clearing session. And you're a great facilitator for it, because again, you created these cards for your own life and around the skills that you have. And it's just a wonderful tool. So it's beautiful, and even in, when did we first meet? I think it was maybe 8 months ago. Yeah, it was probably 8 months ago. And what you revealed in mine, my life has changed. I too had something to let go of, and it was for the better. So it's all good. It really is. And this is what we have to look forward to. So thank you for sharing today, Dr. Sandra. Let's talk a little bit about ways that people can work more closely with you, because the process that we learned here today is what you work intimately with in group setting, and you go into individuals in this group setting to help them clear their specific issues, patterns, belief systems. And this is a program specifically for weight loss. So tell us about that.
Yes. So the weight loss, it's called Rewire for Weight Loss. And the process I use is exactly the process that we just did here today, which is I help it's usually women. I mean, I haven't had any men yet, but I help people identify subconsciously what's blocking them, what their inner conflicts or blocks are that are making them turn to food for comfort. And then we clear them, and then it's much easier to make healthy food choices, because they're no longer controlled by the unhealthy emotional eating patterns. Almost always emotional eating patterns are unmet needs. There's some unmet emotional need that the person's trying to get their needs met through the food. And so when we uncover what those needs really are, and the person is able to see what's really going on, and we clear the programming that might be keeping them stuck in that, then they're able much more easily to direct their energy towards healthy food and lifestyle choices that help them lose the excess weight.
Yeah. And again, what we witnessed was the tapping. We know that's very powerful, because that's actually clear. What is the tapping? If in a nutshell, the tapping is actually getting that vibration out of our body.
Yeah. It's getting the old negative or the low vibration out, and it's installing a higher vibration that's more aligned with the person's soul. So we're releasing programmings that we picked up that aren't our energy. We picked it up from our family. We picked it up from the culture that isn't who we are. It's actually blocking us from being who we are and honoring who we are. And when we release that, then we're able to just be in alignment and take those actions that really, really do serve us on a soul level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really working with our energy body. And keeping ourselves clean. Psychic hygiene is the word that you used earlier. And I love that. I do. So this course, the link for it is here on this webpage. It's in the chat box of our Zoom audience. And it's 12 weeks.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about the length of this.
Yeah. Well, for many people, their eating habits have really been ingrained for a long time, and the patterns that have created the eating habits are ingrained for a long time. So that's why I decided to make it a 12-week course, because most people need at least a couple of months to get into the new eating habits, to really make them feel, have them be natural, have them be habits that work for them, that are easy to do. And then there's another month where we really install them and make them really solid. Because like I said, most of the programs that are making people overeat have been with them since they were children, very long in there. And so it takes a while to rewire them so they can really lose the amount of weight that they want to lose. Most people on this program, so far, the women in the program have lost between 8 and 10 pounds, and they're about 2/3 of the way through the program.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that fascinating? That's true validation for you, because it's beyond just diet and exercise or motivation to do so. This is actually the energetics of our whole being.
Yes.
With the 2 examples that we did today, it's such a deep, and it's different for everyone. So that's incredible support that you're offering, because even though it's a group setting, you're working one-on-one with people, you can witness how they transform.
Yeah.
And so the weight just shifts.
Yeah. Yeah. The weight naturally shifts because the person is releasing what is no longer what they realize. This isn't me. I mean, it's literally like they're releasing stuff that isn't them, and they're coming into alignment with who they really are, and letting their light shine more brightly out into the world. And when we're healthier and our energy is more vibrant, we shine our light. So we want to really align everyone with being healthy, with what their soul and mind and body really needs, so they can shine their light and create their most fulfilling life. So it goes way beyond weight loss. I mean, because the person's whole life, everyone in the group has noticed that their life's changed in so many positive ways, because it's not just about food. It's about directing our energy in ways that really serve us on a soul level, and a whole mind, body, spirit, soul level.
Yeah.
Not just losing weight. It's beyond losing weight. It's much more than that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people that you're working with, okay, so between 8 and 10 pounds is what they've lost already, and they're just in the middle of the program. But something else is going on as well. How have you seen them transform? Like, do they feel more empowered in their business?
Yes, definitely. Most of the women in the group are women entrepreneurs. I have one woman who is a physician who has really changed in terms of her being more directed in her own self-care. As healers, a lot of times have a really hard time taking care of themselves, because they're so wired to take care of everyone but themselves. Mm-hmm. And this woman who is the physician in the group actually translated her book into Spanish and is getting it published. She just finally found the motivation to do that once she started the program and began the program. That had been on the back burner for a long, long time. So her needs were sort of on the back burner. Her real needs were, she really needs to be out there sharing her wisdom. She teaches acupressure healing to nurses in healthcare, and she's written books about it. Yeah.
Hey, so you really are empowering, okay, it's called weight loss. It's for weight loss, but gosh, there's so much more to it behind the scenes, because this is true empowerment. And as people step into their mission and their role, they lose weight as a byproduct.
Yeah, I know. I think I put it there because I know weight loss is such an issue for people, and it's easy, yes, for them. And then we get all this other deeper work in there, kind of under the radar.
Yeah,
sort of.
Stealth light work you're doing.
Stealth light work.
In through the attraction of losing weight, but really this is about empowerment.
Yes,
and what a beautiful teacher you are for all of those who want to help, because again, each of these sessions are like little personal interactive sessions for people, because what you're doing getting into them, into their aura, seeing those systems that need to go and be released and cleaned up.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, each group session is just like what we did today. And they go, I mean, it was obviously different today because I didn't know anyone. I was reading everyone cold. But when everyone gets to know each other in the group, it starts to get very fine-tuned and really fascinating to see how people progress through the program. Yeah.
And then the support in the group, of course, you've got the chat line in the group, and people get to know each other over the course of the time and are supportive in that way too. And that's magical. So it's a great system. It's a great vessel for people to come and be held as they go through this journey.
Yeah, the group support is really wonderful. I just had the group this morning, and the women were commenting about how, because everyone gets a clearing statement, just like what I did with Kim and Claude, and they were all amazed at how everyone's statement fit them as well. Because there's always a group energy. People come together as a group for a reason. They've got these commonalities and things to share with each other. And it really is magical what happens in a group setting. It's fascinating and magical for sure. Yeah.
We invite those who want to learn what it is that they want to shift to come on to this course and sign up and get registered. It's a beautiful program. The question about recordings, it's all recorded, right? So if someone can't make it each week, they can come in.
I actually don't record sessions.
Okay.
No, they're live, because what I found is if I record them, people tend not to watch them because they're not interacting in the group. So really, to get the benefit, you really need to be live in the group energy. And so I don't record, and then people are more motivated actually to, well, not that they need to be motivated to come because they love the group, but to experience it, it really needs to be live to be fully experienced, so they can get part of what's going on with them as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Very interactive then. That's exciting. Yeah. And you get your own statement, which you've done that with me, you've done it with people here, and it is what reveals the subconscious programming, and that's how we rewire it. So thank you. Very good. We invite those watching and listening to sign up and join if it calls their heart. You'll know from the heart space if it's right for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sandra. As we say goodbye, I want to encourage people to get out in the world again. See, I feel like crying. It's like, it's almost like the fear, like it's time to put the fear. I mean, I know there's stuff going on, but maybe that's a great renaissance too for people as they get back out in the world, to have a love of moving again, or a love of being in nature. We've seen that in this pandemic. What would you say as we say goodbye today is your desire and wish for our collective and our audience?
Well, I wish you all to honor the deepest needs and desires of your soul, and to honor them with your actions. And I wish you the best in doing that and creating your most happy, abundant, fulfilling life.
Yes. And Dr. Sandra is here to help you with that. She's a beautiful facilitator and a beautiful teacher. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your bright light. And Dr. Sandra, thank you for bringing your work out to the world and shifting people towards their empowered selves.
Thank you, Lauren. It was an honor being here. I love your show. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Again, if you'd like to partake in this beautiful experience, the link is here on this webpage, and we thank you. Namaste.
Great.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.